Another day, another case of injustice on the part of the police and the government and the courts, and another case of the institutions screwing the native population over for the benefit of foreign invaders. Iraqi refugee fined just $2,000 for killing 11-year-old boy in Melbourne school crash. $2,000. An Iraqi refugee who drove into a Melbourne primary school and killed an 11-year-old boy has escaped with a $2,000 fine after police inexplicably charged her with an offence that meant she could not be jailed. P-plate driver. I'm not gonna give her the time of day saying her name. She doesn't deserve that. Slammed into the Auburn South Primary School in Hawthorn East, a suburb of Melbourne, on the 29th of October last year, killing Jack Davey, 11 years old, and seriously injuring 4 other children aged 10 and 11 who were sitting on a bench in the playground when they were struck by her Toyota SUV. So, 2 paragraphs in, alright. Already, before we know anything else, 4 other children are scarred for the rest of their lives now, watching their best friend, one of their good friends, and so many other people behind them die. Watching their friends get injured, getting seriously injured and nearly dying, and their best friend, a great classmate, dying. They saw that. Their 10, 11 died right in front of them. Died one of the worst deaths imaginable. And parents there, especially parents of children, imagine seeing that. Imagine being a teacher. Imagine being how helpless you could have felt. And the police screwed over the fucking people once again. I am so fucking sick and tired of this. Every single fucking time. $2,000. $2,000. 7 months later, the mother of 3 was given a plea deal by the police and charged with the minor traffic offences of careless driving and failure to have proper control of a motor vehicle. I think the police are, understanding it a bit. Neither of which can result in jail time, and did not spend a day behind bars. She faced the Melbourne Magistrates Court on Wednesday, where she was fined $2,371. The maximum penalty Magistrate Vincenzo Caltabiano, I butchered that, was able to impose, and had her driver's licence cancelled for 2 years and must complete a safe driving course, the Daily Mail reported. So the police purposely did what they can to try and do whatever they could so she didn't have to spend a day in jail. You know the phrase, find me the man and I will find you the crime? This is like the exact opposite. Find me the woman you do not want us to charge, and we will do our best to make sure she doesn't get charged. So this woman, you pled guilty to careless driving, an offence committed where a person fails to exercise a degree of care or attention that a responsible, prudent driver would exercise in these circumstances, he said in sentencing, the Edge reported. It is a charge where the maximum penalty is a fine of approximately $2,400. The sentence I imposed today is no more comparable to Jack's life, nor does it make up for the harm and loss suffered by others. Less than $2,400 is a maximum of only $2,371 the police and the courts and the government have valued your white child at. If you have a white child, they are, according to the government, you see them, the next time you see them, you tell them, the government says, you're worth no more than $2,371. For fuck's sake! On Deal or No Deal, the average deal is higher than that. Fucking hell! What? People should be fucking furious. And people are furious. People are sick and tired of this 2-tier fucking justice system where the migrants get whatever they want. The police wait over the hand of knee. Alright, you are going to be mad when you hear about this letter. It's coming up. And white people. Alright, Dezi Freeman, we'll get to him later. A man at the Adelaide March for Australia rally. I vlogged the Brisbane one, by the way. He held up a sign that praised Dezi Freeman. He held up a placard that said that praised Dezi Freeman. That wasn't great, but should he be charged? Originally, the police said, he didn't commit an offence, but then they came out later and said, yes, he did commit an offence. That is the best example of find me the man and I will find you the crime. The police went out of their way to try and find a crime he was guilty of, and most likely he will face a greater sentence than this Iraqi fucking refugee who killed a child. In a victim impact statement heard by the court on Monday, Jack's mother, Dezi, called the charge an insult and described her disbelief when she was told that the refugee went on an overseas holiday after the crash and was able to plead guilty to careless driving. If there is no charge for killing him, where is the justice? She said. The thought of waking up each day without him for the rest of my life is unbearable. In the depths and pits of endless grief, I try to accept that our son is gone. That one of the things that all people can agree on that they do not wish upon their worst enemy is having to bury a child. That would have to be the worst thing, to have to bury a child. They had to bury their child, and the person who killed their child fined not even $2,400. I know I've said this a couple of times, but I cannot emphasize enough what an injustice this is. Jack's father, Michael, also expressed his anger and heartbreak over the charge and the mystery that still surrounds the crash. Media were never given access to CCTV of the refugee crossing a median strip and ploughing through the school fence. The lack of answers to those questions enrages me, he said. Failing to keep a lookout is careless driving. Not keeping proper distance is careless driving. You crashed your car through a primary school playground, hitting 5 children and killing our son. It is an insult. It hollows me. The entire process. The police investigation, the legal system. I feel ill just standing here helpless. And that, if you have a white child, that is what you can expect. And in the UK, white girls... probably upwards of a million girls I saw on Twitter the other day being victimized by Pakistani Muslim rape gangs. Most victims will have not seen justice. Absolute fucking miscarriage of justice on the part of the British police and the British courts and the British government, covering it up, punishing the people, calling it out, censoring the internet. Those girls, the Scottish girl in Dundee carrying the knives, facing a greater punishment than the fucking weirdos recording a kid. She was escaping, trying to escape from being victimized, like so many other girls across the UK are. The refugee cried in court on Monday, but only after she had tried to have her name suppressed by the court by using her child's mental health, and her lawyer tried to argue that the crash was caused by trauma from her life in Iraq, triggered by a meeting with teachers about her son's behaviour before she got in the car. Her lawyer, Matthew Senior, told the court the meeting was stressful and claimed his client now suffered PTSD from the crash, extreme depression and anxiety. Her symptoms of trauma were triggered in meeting with the school principal, inhibiting her ability to drive the vehicle and leading to the misapprehension of the accelerator, Mr. Senior said, but police prosecutor Anthony Arbor said that the refugee was seen smiling and looking happy by witnesses as she left the school. No fucking remorse. No remorse. They kill our children, even accidentally. No remorse. I bet your bottom dollar if a refugee kid, a brown kid or whatever, ran in front of a car and there was a white man driving, you should bet your bottom dollar that white man, despite that not being his fault, would receive a greater punishment than the refugee who killed a kid. Why are we putting up with this? Why aren't there protests on the street right now calling for the sacking of the police officers who participated in that sham fucking guilty plea? And another thing, if she's got PTSD, if these refugees have PTSD from living in Iraq and their countries, which I don't imagine they'd be nice places to live. I'm not saying that PTSD is fake. Triggered by a principal meeting with the principal, that's fake. That's not true. But if you do have PTSD and we really are at risk from our children dying in car crashes, why are we importing these people? The safest thing for us to do is to stop importing these people and deport many of them here already. That is the safest thing for us to do. So why do we keep importing these people if it's not safe? If these people have PTSD and they pose a real risk of mowing our children down in their cars, why are we importing these people? Why do we let them have driver's license? They shouldn't have driver's licenses. They shouldn't be in this country. If behind the wheel, anything can trigger their PTSD, meeting with the principal can trigger their PTSD, and they can kill one kid and nearly kill 4 others. And the Lord knows how many children will have PTSD for the rest of their lives from that. The refugee was allowed to come to Australia in 2015 and has since been given citizenship. It is unclear why the Victoria Police did not lay more serious charges, why it took 7 months for charges to be laid, and why 2 female police officers, including an inspector, delivered bags of groceries to the refugee during the week after the crash. She was arrested on the day but released after being interviewed, and the police then told the media and her family to stay away from her because the attention was causing her deep distress. They delivered her groceries. I don't know if it said it in that article and I wasn't paying attention, or if it said here, or if it says it here, or if it says one of the articles says that they tried to appeal for anonymity. Like, you killed a child and you expect anonymity? You should be fucking lucky to expect anything less than vehicular manslaughter. The maximum punishment in Victoria is 10 years, and for culpable driving causing death, which I'd assume would be like, if you're under the influence, it'd be 20 years. You should be thanking your lucky stars that you don't get 20 years in jail. And the refugees, the people coming here, are so fucking entitled that they expect to murder. She didn't murder our kids, kill our kids and get anonymity. The people, anybody that says her name is punished. What a joke! What a sham fucking justice system we have in this country. And I know this is very different to what I normally do, but this is such an injustice that I could not help but speak out against this. And I encourage you, please share the article. Fantastic work by the noticer. I've partnered with them before when I got disendorsed by Family First for being... they're an alleged Christian party. I said stuff that was in line with the Bible and in line with Australia. I was disendorsed for that though. I encourage you to follow them on social media. But to show you how much people are angry about this, the Daily Mail, a mainstream publication, is covering this. These people, you have to drag them kicking and screaming to cover a crime committed by a refugee or a migrant. And they do a fairly good job of covering this story. An innocent, beautiful little 11-year-old child killed. His parents did not have the chance to properly say goodbye to him. Killed by a refugee facing no jail time. It may as well have been no punishment. It would have been less of an insult if they didn't punish her at all, and then rather than just giving her a $2,400 fine, because they have valued a white child's life of no more than $2,371. That is how much a white child is worth. That is how much that child is worth, according to the police. And we wonder why people like Dezi Freeman and the Train family from the William shootings and Raoul Moat are idolised. And I'm not saying, what they did was good. I'm murdering police officers bad. I am a Christian. Murder is bad. It is one of the 10 Commandments. Thou shalt not murder. Do not murder anybody. Under no circumstances should you murder. I condemn murder in the strongest possible terms, and I do not celebrate murder. But I'm just trying to understand why people celebrate the people that kill police. That's why the police fail us constantly at every turn. So people like Dezi Freeman and Raoul Moat feel the need to take the law into their own hands and kill police officers, which is sad. And that shouldn't be happening, but that's why that's happening. If you want to stop people killing police officers and stop sovereign citizens, stop this fucking two-tier justice system where refugees can kill our kids and receive no jail time, yet white people can hold up a sign expressing his free speech. That sign praising Dezi Freeman was free speech, and any court worth their salt will throw that out immediately. Who cares if it was offensive or disturbing the peace or whatever they're going to throw at him. They're only prosecuting him because he was because somebody called the police. If there was a Stalin sign, no doubt in my mind that the police would not have prosecuted him, nor would that even have been a story. But I'm just so fucking sick and tired of this. The police getting her groceries, waiting on a hand and knee. What a joke! What a fucking joke! Anyway, I've gotten mad enough reading this article, the average person, I reckon, would get mad enough. Refugees get to kill our kids. I know I've said this many times, but you can't emphasize enough. Get to kill our kids, and they receive no punishment. She says she's sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. Yet she was smiling after she killed someone. Has absolutely no remorse or guilt or shame about what she did. She'll live her life. The parents, who knows what will happen to them, and the children who saw that, and the teachers and the parents of the children. That it's just sick. It's just sick what they're doing to our countries. It's just sick. But I'm gonna end this video here. If you like this, if you would like to see more of this, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and share. Tell me your thoughts on this video. I do have a big video coming out next week. It should be at least half an hour long. A video essay into one of the an up and coming political activist. I have a feeling that you're really gonna like it. So stay tuned for that. Turn on notifications. Join my Patreon if you want to. I have a free Discord you can join, and my Patreon you can join for as little as $5 Australian a month. Great benefits. It's a real bargain. You get exclusive Discord benefits. You get shoutouts at the beginning of my videos and at the beginning of my Substack articles. And my Linktree, which you can access my Patreon and my Discord app. You can also access all my social medias, including my Twitter and my Rumble. I might upload Rumble exclusives there soon. My Substack is there. All my social media is there. So if you want to follow me there, feel free. God bless you all and goodbye.